Hey James, Stephanie here. Thank you for sending in your next essays. Well done. You are working really hard through the course. Corrections look great, and yeah, I hope those links were useful for you. It's a complicated area, worth just keeping an eye on, obviously. So, dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing with disappointment to lodge a complaint about a very unpleasant dining experience at your branch in New Town Plaza on 28th. Really lovely, good. You could put with disappointment in commas there. Grammatically, I don't think you need to, but you could. It was a birthday dinner for my parents that night. You don't need on, just put that night. And I joined this together. And despite being assured in the reservation that a VIP room could be, now you've got reservation and reserved, so it could be allocated to us, I would go. Yeah, allocated for us, exactly, yeah. It was finally unavailable because it had been occupied before we arrived. You need to have before in here, but lovely use of past perfect, excellent. It had been occupied and passive, whoa, before we arrived. Also, knowing our lobsters and ribs are very popular, we pre-ordered some the day before, but eventually found them sold out when we ordered. Good. More seriously, we were not allowed to eat the handmade birthday cake we bought due to your company policy, which was not highlighted, or again had not been highlighted, but definitely was, because company policy, which was not highlighted, so the policy was, upon my inquiry. Sadly, it was the worst dinner we ever had. Now here also had ever had. Past perfect, we had before any other dinners, so you're further back in the past. I believe, so really good to show that. This use of past tenses is very, very good. Well done. I believe that these could be the mistakes of the staff who handle the reservations, leading to a deep frustration for us, this would be. No, let's go, leading to our deep frustration. Let's avoid this, leading to our deep frustration. Therefore, I request you follow up with the relevant staff on this serious matter. In a serious manner doesn't quite work. I know what you mean is like staff training. You could say undertakes some staff training, but I'd say follow up with the serious staff on this serious matter. So just slightly change that, like this incident, as well as refund the cost of the dinner in full to me, or as well as issue me with a full refund. Also, I think would be slightly better. I look forward to receiving your feedback swiftly. Yours faithfully, Mr. Kwok. Excellent letter. Really, really excellent letter. Very, very good. You've totally got that. And this is also a very good essay. Interesting topic. People take their family with them abroad whenever they travel. Is it a positive or negative development? And then also, to what extent? So, it has been a rising trend of people traveling around the world for commercial purposes. It has been a rising trend that, I think you need to have a that clause here, that people travel around the world for commercial purposes since the advent of globalization. Okay, good. Since the advent of globalization, I know it's a sort of quite easy phrase to use, but we don't really say that in real natural English. More natural might be to say in the world of global business or something like that. It's a rising trend. So just be careful of this advent of globalization. A lot of IELTS students use it, and because of that, I would avoid it. The examiner will go, yeah, I've seen that before, and you won't get extra marks. So just be a little bit cautious about that. It is getting more common. So rather than get, that's not very high level. So becoming more common for businessmen to travel with their family, which I believe is a constructive trend, good, in terms of maintaining family relationships, and offering children the opportunity to learn other cultures. Good, really nice relationships there. This essay, so let's just highlight these articles for you when we're adding them in. This essay will discuss the positive consequence of this move, using examples from Hong Kong. Super, really, really nice start, fantastic. Consequences, maybe I think we might have that in the plural. There is ample evidence that travelling overseas could have a beneficial outcome for people, especially the younger generation, by broadening their knowledge of different nations. By travelling internationally with the family, not only could children learn other countries' culture, such as languages, customs, and historic backgrounds, but also experience various lifestyles which might be largely different from their own. What a fantastic sentence. So either might be largely different or significantly different is another good word. Significantly is a really, really great word to use in IELTS always. So significantly different from their own. Or you could say, which might be significantly different, and stop there. You don't necessarily need from their own, that is assumed. For instance, a recent poll published by the Education Bureau demonstrated that overseas study tours or events, such as student exchange scheme or summer camps at Oxford, have ranked the top of a list of summer activities offered by secondary schools, attributing to the appealing opportunities. But careful, because yes, this is amazing and lovely, lovely English, but that's not quite the same as traveling with your family. Okay, remember this idea about taking your family with you. So this isn't quite connected to take your family with you. This is sending your family on their own. Yeah, if you can connect this back to taking your family with you. So, for instance, publish that overseas study tours. Yeah, that's fine, but you could have students who attend, or something like students who attended these schemes while their parents were travelling on business, or something like that. Do you see the problem here? Make sure that your example, make sure you're still answering the question. So up to here, you're amazing, but this bit I feel the example doesn't quite work with this. Furthermore, going commercial trips. So not formal enough, embarking on commercial trips overseas along with family members could avoid the crisis of broken relationships due to separation. Relationships due to separation. Being frequently away from the family, you have to have that the family because it's specifically the family, whether spouse, parents, or children might. Now you don't need it here. So being away, so like the noun, like the subject, is being away, might build up a strong sense of loneliness and isolation from them, easily leading to a broken relationship. Yes, rather than repeat relationship, to a marital breakdown or to social breakdown, maybe. This viewpoint was echoed in a social study by Hong Kong, which revealed that divided values in career pursuit are divided values and priorities in career pursuit and frequent separation from spouses, husband or wife or partner, whatever, could be two of the leading causes of divorces in Hong Kong. In other words, if frequent business travellers could fly with their family, the indispensable these, because it's the relationships with all of them, interpersonal relationships, plural, could be maintained. Very nice. Good paragraph, that one. That works nicely. From the argument examples given, I strongly conceive. I wouldn't go conceive. If you conceive of an idea, it means you think of it. So this is actually believe. And well done, you've done to what extent? So you've done strongly. I strongly believe that having family visited overseas together during, careful. Having families, so families, so let's go plural here. Having families visit overseas together during commercial trips could, and then you don't need to repeat this because you've already got having families. This is the subject. You don't need another subject. So this is the syntax. This is the way the sentence is put together. Could positively open doors for members to experience other lifestyles and keep the family closely connected. So not stay, keep the family closely connected. Could open doors. Positively open doors, that doesn't work. Could, I would say, encourage and motivate. I think those are both really useful words for most IELTS questions, actually. Encourage and motivate members, okay, to experience other lifestyles and keep the family closely connected. So keep the family closely connected. It's predicted this positive move will continue to flourish in the future. Good. Well done. As companies become more flexible. Sometimes I think you need, like, with the predictions sometimes seem a bit strange. I think you just need a little bit more on the predictions. But well done, James. That is a very good essay. For me, you are absolutely writing on a band 7. You write very clearly, very fluently. How could you get more in? You could give me a little bit more grammar, maybe. Maybe give me a conditional sentence. Maybe give me a relative clause. So you've got relative clauses here. I mean, which might. I mean, this is lovely. Put that there. The better on articles. That's a lot better on that one on articles today. Well done there. Maybe a conditional sentence. Throw that in for grammar. But otherwise, you are doing very, very well. Just watch that bit, obviously, there. Okay? Maybe just correct that paragraph for yourself so you feel more confident on that. Really good work. Well done. Thank you.